next one we have to talk about.
Yep.
Right as we ended the podcast last time. This happens all the time.
But usually it happens like
3 hours after.
Yeah.
This was literally, we ended the podcast and I look at my phone and we have a load of messages in the group chat. And one of the messages is basically Jake Paul has announced he's fighting Ben Askren. I always think it's Ben Askin.
Yeah.
Or Askren. I don't know. Yeah.
Aspen.
But he announced it literally in the last 10, 15 minutes of our podcast.
Yeah.
So obviously we didn't see it. And then we didn't even talk about it.
No.
And I think we actually spoke about Jake Paul in that.
We did.
Like,
we did.
He's gonna fight and stuff.
Who's going to fight next? Blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
now it's been announced.
Well, again, I'm not the biggest fighting fan. As in, I enjoy it, but I'm not like, I don't go the extra mile to learn. I'll even the recent fight, Conor McGregor, I did wake up in the morning and catch up on it. Didn't stay up for it. And I don't know who this guy is, but according to the chat, they seem to suggest that this is an easy fight for Jake Paul.
I think he's kind of like he's not a great UFC. I don't know. I don't think he's a great UFC fighter. Like, he's not amazing. He might be good. I don't know. But his strength is definitely not the boxing side of it. Like,
yeah, apparently his
punching.
striking is awful.
Yeah. So I think like it's a very smart choice by Jake.
Yeah, out of anyone to fight, I guess, on his side. You know, and I heard rumors of people saying like, you know, if he beats Ben, then it's like an easy step up to get to Conor because he's like beating someone in the UFC.
Yeah,
it makes more sense.
I mean,
now.
It's a very smart fight in terms of like, if he wins, he's beaten a professional fighter.
It's very big, yeah.
But he's chosen someone that's like, he could actually beat him.
Yeah, I don't know the specifics as well. It'd have been good to have someone who knows more on it. But like, I think realistically, you know, if I'm looking at it from the outside and I'm listening to what people in the chat were saying and elsewhere, it seems as if it is like a setup.
Yeah, like it's made for him to win.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure like Ben, obviously no one would admit this, and he won't admit this. But if Jake does win, you know, I imagine, I'm not saying it's fixed, but I imagine that Ben's probably got paid healthy fee for it. You know, it's pretty in the terms of like why would Ben take this fight?
Because your fighting career is over after this. Really, if you lose,
realistically, so he's probably just taking a big paycheck.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's set up as in it's fixed, but I'm saying like it's like an agreed on all terms that Jake's gonna do this. If he wins, it's gonna look great. He's a professional fighter. If they do fight, if the Conor fight and Jake does happen, or if Dana wants to do some more stuff in the UFC, it makes sense to just beat a UFC fighter, and then hopefully Ben is either getting like a lot of like clout if he wants that, but also hopefully he's getting like paid a lot.
I hope he's getting paid a lot.
Yeah, he would do. I mean, like,
yeah.
But it's interesting at this point where Jake Paul does bring more of a pull than like a.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's crazy.
But I mean, like, Jake Paul's not going to then go like, okay, I want to fight Tyson Fury.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Because it's like, okay, well, he is a boxer and he's going to win.
Yeah, he's going to beat you.
So he's chosen someone that's like, okay, I can fight someone. I can go. I've just beaten a professional fighter.
Yeah. Because
he's now what 2-0 as a professional fighter.
Yeah, but he's won 3, right? Because
Deji isn't a professional fight.
No,
because they
Give
had
was
and stuff.
and then
yeah. So he's 2-0 as a professional, 3-0 as a boxer. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And also the Logan fight, I think we mentioned that last time. That's been postponed.
Yeah. I also saw
it was meant to be this month.
I think it might get cancelled, you know.
I think there's a high chance.
Yeah, I think it's just waffle. I don't think it was waffle.
No.
But when I say waffle, I think it's like not got legs.
I mean, I think there's still a high chance it happens.
I hope it does.
I think there is a high chance it gets cancelled as well. Like,
yeah,
it could go either way. I don't think Floyd Mayweather cares that much. Either way, he's like, I'll go and win, or I'll just won't bother.
Yeah, it's probably making an Instagram story about his watches somewhere right now.
Yeah,
living life. How do you think this affects like JJ in terms of, you know, it's always, you know, the Jake Paul and KSI fight, whether it happens or not, it's kind of like proposed. And, you know, JJ still wants to fight. Jake still wants to fight each other. So it's just about when. Obviously, JJ's doing music and stuff.
The issue is, right, they're both rent free in each other's heads.
They are. Yeah.
And like, obviously, I'm JJ's mate, so I'm always going to be on his side.
Yeah.
And like, even when Jake tweeted like 5 times about JJ the other day.
Yeah.
And I even put it in the chat. I was like, "Oh, you're rent free."
Mm-hmm.
Jake is rent free in JJ's head.
Yeah, like
they're both just able. They can literally say one thing and the other one will be pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
And Jake won't admit that. JJ won't admit that.
No.
But it's just, I don't know, because the thing Jake said about JJ was obviously like, oh, I Googled for 5 minutes and there's a gym that you can go train in.
Oh, no, yeah. So for those who didn't hear this either, there's a clip going around of JJ and Toby on stereo chatting about why JJ can't train. And most people understand what it means, but for those who don't, when he says he can't train, he means that he can't train professionally to fight. Obviously, he can go to it. He can go to find a gym that's accessible.
Yeah, he can find a private gym, and in that he could go on a treadmill.
Yeah,
he could skip,
and he can even do pads with someone. I imagine.
Yeah,
but I don't think you can. I think what his
I don't know
point
if you can legally do pads.
Yeah, maybe not,
because you can only do actual boxing training with a trainer if you have a license, because that would be your profession.
Yeah,
and he doesn't have a boxing license in the UK.
Yeah,
so he can't now train boxing. He could with like his connection stuff, he could find a private gym, go do the fitness and stuff. But
yeah,
not
can't train to fight.
No,
because like you say, the it's a bit of a complicated one. But I don't think Jake treated it as if like JJ can't run.
Yeah,
it's not
like just buy a treadmill, mate.
Yeah, it's different.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's obviously and to be fair, JJ did par that one off because it literally was stupid what Jake said. Like, it makes no sense. Yeah. But they are rent free in each other's heads. That's what I'm saying. So like, obviously JJ wants to fight Jake, but it's not the right time. Obviously, can't do it anyway because of COVID. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But they could if they I guess figure that if they were going to go full force, I'm sure they can get licensed and figure that out. But obviously, JJ's doing his music. He's not ready
That's
to
the thing.
fight yet.
I don't think like COVID's stopping it being the main priority.
Yeah,
because music for him is like, I mean, Jake can always say, "Oh, it's shit." Ultimately, he got number 2.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's good or not. It's what he's doing, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like the reason he didn't get number 1 is just because another song just bang, like
okay, out of nowhere.
Yeah, so music is the priority right now, and it's going well. So why would you not carry that on? Jake, boxing is going well. So why is he not carrying? Why would he not carry that on? He is.
It's not even about it's going well. It's just that's what it's focusing on. So say for example, if Jake was say JJ and Logan are about to fight, JJ wouldn't go off and make an album. I know he did music, but he wouldn't go off and make an album and do the campaign that he's doing now because he's doing boxing,
Yeah.
So if he's setting his goals out and he's setting his like 12-month plan to go and do this next, whatever he's working on, next album or whatever, then that's what he's going to do. He can't go and take a distraction to go fight someone.
Yeah, because I mean, there's been days where he's literally had like 7 a.m. till 6 p.m.
Calling that
constant interviews, and I know you could go, oh, he could work out at 7 p.m. But it's like,
yeah, for sure,
he could work out, but he's not. That's not him putting boxing first. Which if you're going to have a fight, you're going to put boxing first.
But with that being said, I know that he obviously is still desperate to fight Jake.
Oh yeah,
and when he hears fights, but when he hears like Jake and Ben announce, he will feel a certain way. Like, damn, I wish that was me.
Yeah.
So it will. I think it will happen at some point.
I remember Jake saying something the other day. This was like a week ago, I think. He said something about I'm fighting like a professional. It was when this was announced. He said how he was going to fight Ben Askren, and he's now fighting a professional fighter. So he can't go back and fight a YouTuber. I don't know if you ever saw that. He was like, why would I go backwards and fight a YouTuber now if I beat, like when I beat Ben Askren?
Well, then, I mean, yeah.
But then give it 4 days' time, and he was like, oh, KSI
chatting about JJ again. Yeah, true.
He just keeps like...
Yeah, I mean, it's not about, like, okay, it's not about... It is about proving yourself as a fighter, but it's also not. Like, he's not doing this to prove he can be a good boxer. He's doing this to prove he's the better man, right? The better name, the bigger person, the bigger brand type thing, Yeah. JJ and Logan didn't fight each other. It's a part of it to prove they're good at boxing, but it started because they, JJ and Joe. It wasn't about boxing originally. Yeah. It was about beating each other up and doing something cool for the as a spectacle.
Yeah. And don't get us wrong. When we're saying this, we're not literally saying like Jake is entirely, he's the one causing everything.
Oh no, yeah.
JJ literally keeps saying like, yeah, the fight's gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ultimately,
JJ could end it all by saying, I'm never fighting you.
All he needs, like, if I was in his position, I would just say, I don't know if the fight's gonna happen. I'm just focused on music right now. I'd love to get back into boxing, but I have to see how stuff goes.
Yeah.
He has to say that, but he wants to fight keep the interest there as well, and also he does want to fight.
He wants to fight. Yeah.
It's just the issue is Jake wants to fight him in 6 months.
Yeah.
JJ wants to fight him maybe in like a year or 2.
Yeah, and then obviously in terms of JJ and Jake, like JJ's the bigger name by far. Like, I don't care how often Jake says he's the A side. It's just not.
Yeah, he'd need to. He'll become the bigger name in boxing, but ultimately JJ v Logan is still going to be one of the biggest fights.
Yeah,
like ever.
Yeah, and I feel like it's the A side's a bit weird in this context because it just depends.
Yeah,
it depends on a few different things. But I'd say JJ doesn't need the fight.
No,
I don't think.
Jake doesn't need the fight.
Doesn't need the fight.
It is literally just a case of they just have to destroy the other one's ego.
They do, yeah.
So I'm so happy. You know what? This is one time I'm actually very happy that I'm not strong.
Yeah.
Because when boxing came about, if I was like hench, like JMX is a tall hench Donny,
You'd intend to get involved.
I'd have been like, oh yeah, I should pick someone that, you know, like.
Yeah, I feel like now they're just settled. It's glad that we like.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't fight anyone because I'd get beaten up. So
Remember when they wanted to be in Conte fight in Fame MMA?
oh my god,
So glad we didn't do that.
I mean, for many reasons. That's ridiculous.
How was that even like an actual like conversation?
I know Talia got offered it as well.
Yeah, a lot of people got offered it.
Bruh.
What a mess that was.
Yeah, no,
But I remember like at first I was like no. When they first mentioned it, and then I remember we're at that party for someone's birthday, and then everyone was like, "Oh, you should do that."
yeah, no, I told
You
you.
were the one of the only ones like that's stupid.
It was stupid.
It was stupid. Yeah, I can't believe people actually maybe think like I wasn't going to do it, and then
you and Con both got to the point where you're like,
maybe we should.
yeah, we could actually do this.
Yeah,
and I was like, this. If you do this, there's so much will go wrong.
I'm so glad.
And I mean, I don't think they even got paid. So
no, yeah, they didn't. They didn't. A few didn't. It's mess. Yeah. And to be like, I think we even said that on the podcast. I would literally only do that for the money. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got no desire to go and fight Con. Like, it'd just be for like, I'm not even ashamed to admit that. You know.